To what extent did America progress at the turn of the 20th century? It's an essential question that we've been examining over the past few days, and we will dig into it even more in our next few classes. The dawn of the 20th century showed that America's future looked very bright. Industry was skyrocketing, the economy was booming, inventions were changing Americans' lives, the West was being reshaped, transportation was advancing, and democracy was expanding to different sectors of society. However, not everybody thought all that glitters is gold. Author Mark Twain referred to this time as the Gilded Age, with a thin layer of gold leaf covering up the massive underlying problems in American society. In response to many of these problems, the progressive movement developed. Progressives sought to make reforms or improvements to solve in three areas of American society: political reforms, economic reforms, and social reforms. Were these reforms successful? Was progress achieved? Some said yes, some said no. So there's only one way to find out: an intense head-to-head battle between English and history classes. Let's get ready to rumble. To fully examine American progress at the turn of the century, each English section will be debating each history section for 70 minutes. Each section will be divided into three groups, with each group focusing on one of the areas of reform: economic, social, or political reform. We're looking at progress or the lack thereof. Groups will develop an opening statement, create questions to ask the opposing side, prepare possible responses for questions asked of them, and overall state their perspective about American progress at the turn of the century. To match the relative disposition of each teacher, English classes will be arguing the positive perspective, corresponding to the good doctor's sunny disposition, bubbly outlook, and overall, "Hi, sweetie," temperament. In contrast, history classes will be taking on the grumpy, sarcastic, "Hey, you kids, get off my lawn" outlook of the grouchy history guy. In class, on Tuesday and Wednesday, you will be preparing for the debate. Your goal will be to classify many of the arguments that we have already examined by using your pro and con notes, determine what points you want to make regarding your area of reform, predicting how the other side will attack you, and utilizing primary sources, statistics, quotes, and literary references in your arguments to support your contentions. Who will win? That remains to be seen. But if you come prepared and willing to be engaged, we do promise it should be a whole lot of fun.
Created using Powtoon.